Okay, so now new stuff. Sam Altman back at OpenAI, and the two board members that ousted him, and these also, by the way, happen to be the only two women that were on the board, are gone. The replacements are now Lawrence Summers, the former president of Harvard, who had a little bit of a checkered past there, and Brett Taylor, the former CEO of Salesforce, former executive at Facebook, longtime tech person. They're all in. So it's an all-male board all of a sudden. And, what's so notable here is the New York Times actually got a very interesting, Cade Metz, hats off to Cade Metz, because he's come as close as anybody's come to decoding what went wrong here. And he points to a report published, co-authored by Helen Toner, one of the board members who was ousted, in which she criticizes OpenAI. Some really interesting takes in this report. One of them is this long-standing concern among analysts of AI development, worrying about a race to the bottom in which multiple players feel pressure to neglect safety and security challenges in order to remain competitive. And she specifically calls out her own company, OpenAI. Now, she's a non-compensated board member. She was not paid to be there. In a sense, she's supposed to be there as kind of an academic advisor in a way, but she has tremendous control, which is why she was able to be part of this group that fired Altman. But she specifically calls out OpenAI. She says that because OpenAI raced forward with ChatGPT, other companies felt compelled to do the same. This result seems strikingly similar to the race to the bottom dynamics that OpenAI and others have stated that they wished to avoid. And then she praises this other company, Anthropic, that makes another big model, for being more measured and slower about releasing their product. According to Cade Metz in the New York Times, that was a huge source of friction between her and Sam Altman. He came to her and was angry that she was criticizing the company in this academic report. And that seems to have been one of many episodes of friction between them. Now, OpenAI, you'll recall, right, it was invented in theory. Its whole structure as a nonprofit was so it would not have the profit motives that everybody was worried was driving Google to move too fast with AI. The whole idea was it was supposed to be this altruistic, not money motivated environment. And now suddenly we have Sam Altman back in charge with a board that he presumably approved, right? Because he held all the cards, and off we go. And this is a company whose product is already blowing up jobs, is already fueling disinformation, is going to have a tremendous effect on the world. And the idea that, suddenly the original principles that governed it, that the CEO basically decided those principles don't work, and the conflict I'm having with the board by design, right, which is sort of the design of the organization, that doesn't work anymore. And now he's ensconced. He's, largely untouchable inside this organization, and is going to presumably push ahead as he has been doing in releasing products and raising money. But that's going to keep going, and even during all of this, during the crazy weekend, they released a new product, a voice-to-text feature for all users for free. So they're plowing ahead, and that to me is a really shocking sort of part of this. So anyway, I'm hoping to speak with former board members, including Helen Toner, if I can. We're trying. We'll see. And I'll be very curious to hear their account of why this went down the way it did.